Hi viewers. One of the ruthless dictators of our times, the chief of the Pakistan's army, General Hafiz Asim Munir, is visiting United States of America. Back at home in Pakistan, he is using the armed forces of Pakistan and the notorious intelligence agency ISI to torture his political opponents, to jail the activists of a political party which is opposing the undemocratic, illegal, unconstitutional rule of General Asim Munir, who is resisting the General Asim Munir's efforts, General Asim Munir's actions to maneuver the upcoming general elections, which are going to be held in February next year. Why General Asim Munir is visiting United States? What is the objective of his visit to the United States? What he is doing in the United States right now? What he did today? What he will do tomorrow? Which are the top United States office holders General Asim Munir is expected to meet in the days to come? Who are the top people from the Pakistani community General Asim Munir wants to meet? But one thing is that General Asim Munir is fearing some people, fearing from some people who are in United States. Who are those people? Why he is fearing from them? Why he is hiding in the DC? I will discuss all these points in today's talk, but I just want to discuss a historical perspective of the foreign policy of the United States, especially towards the third world countries. How United States loves or always loved to work with dictators, dictatorships, authoritarian governments anywhere in the world. Basically, United States being a superpower, um, always love to work with the dictators because it is easy for any administration working in Washington DC to achieve any of its objective, any of its interests, if it is working with the dictator. Unlike dictators, the civilian governments or the elected leaders have to answer the people. They are answerable to the people. They have to, any elected leader in any part of the world would prioritize the interests of its own people, of its own country, and he will try or she will try his or her best to please the people who selected him or her. But in case of dictators, they are not elected. They are oppressors, obviously. And a superpower like United States or the administration of the United States or the establishment of the United States or CIA always loves to work with such authoritarian governments in the world. Um, I can tell you that economist Democracy Index has reported that almost 45 of the countries which are host to the United States military bases in the world are authoritarian governments, are the non-democratic dispensations. I can tell you that media outlet uh, Truth Out has reported in 2017 that 73% of the dictators are being fed by the Americans' taxpayers' money. 73% of the dictators are being given military aid by the Washington DC. I can tell you that another media organization, Counterpunch, has reported almost the same in 2021, that three-fourths of the dictators of the present world are being supported by the United States of America. So this is a policy of the United States of America to support dictators, corrupt leaders, so that it can achieve its objectives um, by working with 1 or 2% who enjoys all the powers, instead of working with democratic leaders, democratic governments who have so many lame excuses not to follow the U.S. instructions because they have their own interests. They have to answer to their people and things like that. In case of Pakistan, who is a non-NATO ally of the United States, a long-time so-called friend of the United States of America, um, Pakistan has a 75 years long history of relations with the United States, and let me tell you that Pakistan has seen democratic governments, martial laws, but mostly the military remained the most powerful force in Pakistan. Though at many times in the history there were democratic governments, there were elected governments. United States always remained very close to all the dictators in the Pakistan's history. And there is a very interesting fact that I usually use to narrate that there were only 5 times when the United States presidents visited Pakistan. And all those 5 times were the times when some military dictator was ruling Pakistan. So let me give you a brief detail of these 5 visits. I think, as we all know, that Pakistan came into being in August 1947, and during the first 10 years of its life, no American president visited Pakistan, though Pakistan became a prominent country, especially in the Asian region, a few years after its creation, and it was going forward with a great pace. Military took over in October 1958, and Ayub Khan, the then chief of the military, chief of the army, became the first martial law administrator, first dictator of Pakistan. And let me tell you that in December 1959, from December 7 to December 9, then United States President Dwight Eisenhower visited Pakistan for the first time on a 2-day state visit. He visited Karachi. Karachi was the capital of Pakistan at that time. And after that, another US president, Lyndon B. Johnson, visited Pakistan, visited Karachi on December 23rd, 1967. So these were the first 2 visits, and both were during the tenure of Pakistan's first military dictator. The third US president who visited Pakistan was Richard Nixon, who visited, I think the dates were August 1st and 2nd of 1969. And this was the time when the third military dictator, when the second military dictator of Pakistan, Yahya Khan, was ruling the Pakistan. And this was the third visit. And let me tell you a very interesting thing, that I have seen the reports that Yahya Khan remained in touch with Richard Nixon even after he was not a president of Pakistan. They continued to enjoy friendly relations. But another fact which is very very interesting for the people who have any kind of interest in United States and Pakistan relations, that Henry Kissinger, who was the foreign secretary of the United States of America and who passed away a few days back, in one of his interviews, like in 2016, to a US magazine, The Atlantic, has revealed that Yahya Khan, in the month of November in the year 1971, much before the start of the war between Pakistan and India, we all know that what was happening in 1971 in the East Pakistan, which is now Bangladesh. In the month of November, Henry Kissinger revealed in an interview to The Atlantic that the Yahya Khan assured Washington, Yahya Khan, the second military dictator of Pakistan, granted America that the Islamabad will grant freedom to the East Pakistan, and they will allow the Bangladesh to come into being. So basically, this is how the dictators works with the superpowers. And let me tell you, the Ayub Khan uh, had given a similar guarantee, a similar assurance to the United States, and this was something he has admitted in his own book. And this was the statement of Yahya Khan. This is why the United States works with the military dictators. If we move forward, and the next visit of a United States president was in the month of March, on March 25, year 2000. And this was the time when General Musharraf had become the fourth dictator of Pakistan, fourth military ruler of Pakistan. And this is what by the then US President, Mr. Bill Clinton. It is very interesting that Pakistan remained under the democratic government from 1988 to 1999, for almost 11 years. Not a single US president even thought to visit the Pakistan. And let me also tell you that the Bill Clinton came into power, became the president of the United States of America in 1992. So he never visited Pakistan during that 8 long years. It was like that he was just waiting for the military to take over in Pakistan, and he can visit the Pakistan, though it was a 6 hours visit back in 99. And there was no visit of any US president during the era of General Ziaul Haq. But we all know, anyone who knows the history knows that how close the Pakistan and United States were during the era of General Ziaul Haq, and what was happening in Afghanistan during the last, you can say, the last decade of the Cold War, when the Pakistan and America was monitoring a war of mujahideen in Afghanistan against the Russians. The fifth visit of any US president was again in the month of March in the year 2006. Again, it was General Musharraf, the fourth military dictator of Pakistan, and this time General Bush visited Pakistan. It was a state visit. And so this is a brief history of the visits of the US presidents to the Pakistan, a third world country, a poor country, a country who always remained an ally to the United States, who always worked with the United States, and United States, which has many interests in that region of the world, always relied on the Pakistan's military, and never tried to come close to the democratic leaders of Pakistan. In the present scenario, when the army chief of Pakistan is visiting Washington, D.C., the ISPR, Inter-Services Public Relations, which is the media wing of the Pakistan military, has issued a very dubious press release just stating that army chief is visiting America and will held different kind of meetings without telling any objectives of the visit, which are always told, because these things are never kept secret. I mean, that our army chief of one country is visiting a superpower like America. What can be the secret? There must be some declared objectives which the taxpayers of Pakistan, the people of Pakistan, must know. So here in the Washington, D.C., on the other hand, the army chief is keeping himself away from the people, away from the public, and the sources in the Pakistan's embassy in Washington, D.C. Say that many people who are close to the embassy say that embassy officials believe that the program or the schedule of the meetings of the army chief is not being disclosed, is not being announced, because the army chief fear that there can be protests by a political party outside the Pakistan's embassy in Washington, D.C. I don't know about the name of that political party, but obviously I can guess which political party is that. and why the activists of that political party can protest against the visit of a military dictator. So many people may have concerns that why I'm using the word military dictator, because he's an army chief and has not assumed power as yet, but he is a dictator. Why he is a dictator? Because the sitting chief executive of the country, the sitting prime minister of the country, in one of his interviews to the international media like BBC, has openly admitted that he is installed by the military. He is a military man. So even the chief executive of the country, who is the prime minister of Pakistan, is admitting that he is just a proxy of the military, a person who is installed by the army chief. So army chief is the ruler of the country, and he is acting like a ruthless dictator. We have never seen such an action, such an oppression against the political activists, against a political party, like we are observing for the last many months in Pakistan. Pakistan's army and Pakistan ISI are using the police of different provinces, the law enforcement agencies, to crack down against a political party, to arrest the activists of one political party, which is Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf (PTI) of the former Prime Minister Imran Khan, and doing everything to harass the family of the political activists, to harass the voters of that political party, to harass and to arrest, you can say, that the politicians who want to become the members or the contestant candidates for the election, for the upcoming election, which is going to be held after just 5 or 6 weeks. And Pakistan military is doing everything to oust that political party, which obviously is the most popular political party in Pakistan. Is it good or is it bad? We like it or we don't like it. Obviously, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, according to all reliable media sources, according to all kind of surveys, is the most popular political party, which is the only political party, by the way, which has presence in all the 4 provinces of Pakistan. But this is what is happening in Pakistan. And General Asim Munir is here in America, in Washington DC, obviously to gain support of the United States, and the United States is as always ready to support a dictator. Guess what? When the journalist asked a question to the State Department spokesman about what it is going to do in case of Pakistan, because the army chief is visiting and the situation in Pakistan is very bad. The political atmosphere is unbelievable. That military is continuously engaged in a crackdown against one political party. It is not allowing Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, the PTI of Imran Khan, to contest general elections. The response of the spokesman was that we cannot interfere. Obviously, when the Americans say that they cannot interfere, it means they are supporting what is happening there. And obviously, they know it is being done by a dictator, and they always support dictators. This is what the United States of America is all about. So, they are going to support whatever is happening in Pakistan, and the crackdown against one and the most popular political party. And they have stated, and one very interesting thing that the spokesman, the State Department spokesman said that we will be working with anyone who will be elected by the people of Pakistan. So I explained all this context. I described, I informed you about many instances from the past, explained the whole scenario, historical background of whatever has been happening during the last 7 or 8 decades as far as the relationship between Pakistan and United States of America are concerned. So I have explained to you that America never ever worked with the elected representatives of Pakistan. They always work with the dictators who control, with the dictators who can who can work against the will and wishes of the people of that country. The dictators and the corrupt leaders who will do whatever the America will ask them to do. So this was you can say a backgrounder about the Pakistan and America relations, and what is happening as about regarding this latest visit of the army chief in Washington DC, who is almost hiding himself, keeping everything he's going to do a secret. Dawn newspaper has reported that he can meet the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of State, and White House National Security Advisor, and he will meet some Pakistani community members in the embassy, and he will also meet some people from the IMF and World Bank who are from Pakistan. These are some of his engagements here, according to the Dawn, leading newspaper of Pakistan. These are reported through sources, not announced so far. Everything is being kept secret and will remain secret. Viewers, thanks indeed for watching. See you in the next program.